Moving on to the first segment, we'll dive into the intricate physiological aspects of stress. It's important to understand that stress, in its simplest form, is essentially the body's response to changes happening in its environment. These alterations can range from minor day-to-day inconveniences to major life-changing events, and our bodies react accordingly. When confronted with a stressful event, your body's natural defense mechanism kicks into high gear, releasing a surge of hormones. Among these hormones are adrenaline and cortisol, two potent chemical compounds that initiate a cascade of physiological responses. Adrenaline, also known as the fight or flight hormone, is released by the adrenal glands in response to stress. It sharpens our senses, accelerates our heart rate, and primes the body for immediate action. Cortisol, on the other hand, is a steroid hormone also produced by the adrenal glands. It has a slightly different role. It helps regulate a wide range of processes throughout the body, including metabolism and the immune response. It also plays a major role in helping the body respond to stress. These hormones, when released together, prepare for the fight or flight response. This response is an innate physiological reaction that occurs in response to a perceived harmful event, attack, or threat to survival. It's a complex set of reactions that increase heart rate, breathing rate, and blood flow to the muscles. However, there's more to consider. Imagine for a moment that the stress you are feeling doesn't diminish. What if every day you woke up to the same amount of stress, the same heightened alert, the same rush of hormones? You might wonder, what happens when this state of high alert becomes the norm, rather than the answer is quite unsettling? Chronic stress, a state of prolonged tension and worry, can lead to a host of physical health issues. The continuous release of stress hormones can wreak havoc on almost every system in your body. It can disrupt your sleep, impair your memory and cognition, and even alter your mood. Most significantly, chronic stress increases the risk of developing serious health conditions. These include heart disease, one of the leading causes of death worldwide. It can also lead to digestive problems, often resulting in conditions like irritable bowel syndrome or peptic ulcers. Moreover, it can weaken the immune system, making you more susceptible to infections and diseases. So, it's safe to say that managing stress isn't just about feeling better mentally, but it's also crucial for maintaining physical health. How we manage stress could very well determine our overall well-being in the long run. From the physical, we now transition into the psychological realm. As we delve deeper into the labyrinth of our minds, it becomes critical to understand the enormous influence the psychological aspects of stress can have on the human psyche. Stress, an insidious and invisible enemy, can quietly yet drastically reshape the contours of our mental landscape. Studies have shown that stress can have a significant impact on our mental well-being. It acts as a silent catalyst, triggering a domino effect of negative emotions and responses within us. With its invisible tendrils, it can infiltrate our daily lives multiple levels, often going unnoticed until its impact becomes too overwhelming to ignore. Even in its earliest stages, stress can lead to feelings of anxiety, an unsettling emotion that can leave you feeling on edge, constantly worried and fearful about the unpredictability of life. It keeps you up at night, tossing and turning, as you worry about the future or replay past events. Over time, this constant state of anxiety can drain your energy and leave you feeling exhausted both physically and mentally. In addition, stress can also lead to depression, a deep, all-consuming sadness that make even the simplest tasks seem insurmountable. It can cast a dark shadow over your life, making everything seem bleak and devoid of joy. You might find yourself withdrawing from social interactions, losing interest in activities you once enjoyed, and feeling hopeless about the future. Moreover, stress can result in irritability. It can make you quick to anger, prone to mood swings, and overly sensitive to criticism. This can lead to conflicts with loved ones, colleagues, and friends, straining relationships and adding an additional layer of stress to your life. On a cognitive level, stress can disrupt our sleep and concentration. It can keep you racing at night, making it difficult to fall asleep or stay asleep. During the day, it can scatter your thoughts, making it hard to focus or complete tasks. This can negatively impact your productivity, affecting your work performance and overall quality of life. These individual strands of stress, when combined, can form a tangled web that can be difficult to unravel. Over time, chronic stress can create a persistent negative cycle that not only affects your day-to-day life, but can also lead to more serious mental health disorders. In some cases, chronic stress can even lead to serious mental health disorders, such as post-traumatic stress disorder or major depressive disorder. Finally, our third segment delves into the neurological aspects of stress. In this section, we'll be diving deeply into the intricate world of neurobiology to unravel how stress impacts our brain's structure and functioning. When the human body is under stress, a fascinating but complex physiological process starts to unfold. Our brain, being the command center of our body, immediately responds. Just as a commander readies troops during a crisis, our brain signals the rest of the body to brace itself. This is an ancient, primal reaction to threat, known as the fight or flight response. This rapid response mechanism has helped our ancestors survive in harsh and unpredictable environments. When the stress signal is activated, the hypothalamus, a small region out of the brain, kicks into gear. It starts a conversation with the adrenal glands, which sit atop our kidneys. The adrenal glands are then prompted to release a slew of stress hormones, such as cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones act as messengers, carrying the signal throughout the body, readying it for action. These hormones also significantly impact our brain's structure and function. They are like architects, reshaping our brain in response to stress. The influx of these hormones can enhance certain brain functions in the short term, such as attention and alertness, to allow us to react quickly in a stressful situation. However, they can also lead to changes in our memory, learning, and emotional regulation. Prolonged exposure to stress hormones can start to cloud our memory. It can make learning new things more difficult, and can shifts in our emotional states, making us more reactive or irritable. The constant presence of these hormones can also start to wear down the brain's resilience, leading to structural changes within the brain itself. This alteration can affect various aspects of cognition and can lead to challenges in problem-solving and decision-making. Over time, chronic stress can even alter the brain's architecture, leading to long-term problems with memory and cognition. Chronic stress essentially remodels our brain, changing how it functions and potentially setting the stage for a host of mental and physical health issues. Thus, understanding and managing stress become crucial for our overall well-being. To summarize, stress affects us in profound and complex ways. It doesn't just touch us on an emotional level, but it delves deep, influencing our physical and mental health tremendously. Stress, by its nature, is a multifaceted phenomenon that intricately interplays with our bodies, our minds, and our brains. The implications of stress are far-reaching, affecting not just our physiological state but also our psychological well-being and neurological functions. From a physiological perspective, stress prepares our bodies for the fight or flight response, a primitive and automatic response to perceived danger. This response is an evolutionary adaptation that prepares our bodies to either face the threat or escape from it. The effect of stress on our bodies is evident through increased heart rate, rapid breathing, and a heightened state of alertness. These are primal reactions that serve us well in emergency situations. However, when stress becomes chronic, it creates a continuous demand on our bodies, which can lead to serious health problems such as heart disease, diabetes, and a suppressed immune system. Psychologically, stress can have a profound impact on our mental health. It manifests in us through feelings of anxiety and depression. It disrupts our sleep pattern, affecting our ability to rest and rejuvenate. Further, it interferes with our concentration, making it harder for us to focus and perform at our best. The psychological implications of stress can be debilitating and have a significant impact on our quality of life. Neurologically, stress can lead to changes in our brain structure and function. It affects key areas associated with memory, learning, and emotional regulation. Stress can shrink the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory and learning. It can also affect the amygdala, the emotion center of the brain, leading to heightened emotions and difficulty in emotional regulation. These neurological changes can affect our cognition, emotion, and behavior. Understanding the science behind stress is the first step towards managing it effectively. It empowers us to recognize the signs of stress and understand its impact. With this knowledge, we can take proactive steps to mitigate its effects on our health. We can employ stress management strategies such as mindfulness, relaxation techniques, and lifestyle changes to improve our overall health and well-being. So the next time you feel stressed, remember, it's not just in your head. It's a complex whole-body response that deserves your attention and care.